2 days later, Lu Ming returned to school. He mingled among the new students, carrying a backpack. He looked no different from those pink freshmen, very low-key. Wow, internship, I'm really looking forward to it. I heard there are still a lot of credits. But I heard a senior say 2 days ago that this internship is not good, it's a trap. How is that possible? But the policy required by the higher authorities must be implemented. That is, don't spread rumors. Some people were chattering. Everyone was carrying a bulging backpack, as if they were traveling. Ah. Lu Ming smiled, cute little guys. Although people in this world are sinister and crises are everywhere, I have to say that these little guys who have just entered school are still quite cute. Soon, the school's shuttle bus departs, taking the new students to their destinations in batches. That's a mountain range. The processing plant for this internship is halfway up the mountain, where students can eat, stay, and have simple entertainment. In higher mines, complex mines are mined one after another. The task of this internship is to go to the mines and dig out these energy stones. Hey, look here, food and accommodation are free today. But starting from tomorrow, different foods need to be replaced by submitting energy stones. The more energy stones you submit, you can exchange them for better food and accommodation conditions, and even entertainment. Activities. Wow, can it still be like this? The students were amazed. Look, these foods are actually divided into levels, and there are also legendary training meals. Some students said excitedly. Cultivation meals are meals made using some meat or spiritual herbs that contain powerful energy as raw materials. After taking them, they are of great benefit to your practice. Many students' eyes immediately lit up. This kind of thing. The dormitory conditions seem to be divided into levels. The highest level can actually be exchanged for a practice room. Everyone was surprised. Practice room. That was a room specially prepared for cultivation. The energy concentration in the room was extremely high, and the cultivation speed was very fast. Unexpectedly, such a room was also prepared here. Look here. Another exclamation came. When everyone walked by and took a look, they suddenly became excited. Virtual fantasy game equipment. It is actually the highest level fantasy game. Oh my god. This is a fully immersive gaming device. Many of them here have average family conditions and have never been exposed to such high-level illusion equipment in their lives. They are already excited at this moment. That is a virtual fantasy. I heard that in this kind of immersive game, there is everything. And those legendary young ladies, it makes them tremble just thinking about it. Integral. Integral. All students received the same injection of chicken blood. The staff who led them in from afar were very satisfied. Look, these intern students are so easy to take care of. Just a little sweetness, TSK. Hard working. Are you rushing for work? And at this moment, in the crowd, Lu Ming blended in quietly. Looking at the excited students, he smiled like an old father. These silly kids really think it's that simple? Xiao Lu Ming had already gone through this cheating process once last year. From meals, accommodation to entertainment, this factory provides distinct levels of services, S level, A level, B level, C level. As long as you provide enough points, you can redeem them. These services can not only be used for enjoyment and cultivation, but also for sharing with friends. Especially among these student groups. Lu Ming took a look and saw that some students with high vanity were already starting to compete with each other. You are young. Lu Ming sighed deeply. Compared to what? They are all leaks. How to obtain these advanced services? Redeem. Where do these points come from? Mining. 8 hours of normal work and mining is only enough for you to have 3 meals a day. Want more? Then work harder. 10 hours, 12 hours a day, not enough. Only by working 16 or 18 hours a day can you redeem those high-end services. And during this period, the value a student can create far exceeds this. You seem to know something. A cold voice came. Lu Ming looked back and saw that the person speaking was actually a young man with silver hair. He was quite handsome, but just a little bit worse than himself. The most attractive thing is that he is carrying a bow on his back, and there seems to be a bow and arrow stuck in the bag at his waist. Archer? Lu Ming was a little surprised. There seems to be this profession in Xiao Lu Ming's memory. However, under normal circumstances, the number of people who choose this profession is still relatively small, because it costs money. The maintenance cost of bows and the consumption of arrows are a lot of money. Perhaps. This is why elementalists are running all over the place. Yes. The silver-haired boy nodded slightly. You only have 1 arrow left. Lu Ming looked at his quiver. Well, because it's more expensive. The silver-haired boy looked helpless. It's better than wasting paper. After all, you are a shooter. Lu Ming agreed. The silver-haired boy was confused. Sagittarius, what does it have to do with wasting paper? My name is Xie Yu. The silver-haired boy introduced. I saw your expression just now, and it seems that you have some understanding of this internship event. I participated last year. Lu Ming shrugged. It turns out to be a senior. Xie Yu said solemnly, I just saw those advanced services. They seem to be good. The only thing that worries me is the efficiency of points acquisition, so. You guessed it right. Lu Ming said with a smile. Sure enough. Xie Yu sighed. He knew the school wouldn't be so considerate. At this moment, the teacher came over again and distributed a map of the mine. Because the mine was too large and complicated, map guidance was needed. Brush. Lu Ming opened the map. Inside the mine, there are not many changes from last year. The mine is divided into 2 areas. The outer area is the mining area, which is filled with intricate mine caves that are intertwined with each other. And deeper, there are mining areas that have not yet been developed. The mining area is deeper than last year. Lu Ming understood. Obviously, another part of the area was opened up and became a mining area. Remember, these mining areas are inaccessible. Large machines are opening mines inside, which is very dangerous. Do you understand? The teacher shouted. Understood. The students responded in unison. Okay, let's go back to the dormitory after dinner. Work will start at 6 o'clock tomorrow. Yes. The students dispersed in a hurry. Xie Yu and Lu Ming thanked Lu Ming and left. Xie Yu. Lu Ming was thoughtful. The voice was a bit cold. The silver-haired guy had a sense of abstinence all over his body, and his bow was obviously of extraordinary quality. How to say? It looks expensive at first glance. It's just that a person who can't afford ordinary arrows actually uses such a good bow. Interesting. A smile appeared on Lu Ming's lips. However, he doesn't have much thought about others. The time for this internship is very precious, and he must make good use of it. He can still make some preparations today. Get up. Just as he was about to go back, he suddenly saw a group of workers passing by carrying equipment and walking deeper into the mine. Workers. Lu Ming was suddenly confused. Do all the workers here work so late? Teacher, who are those people? Lu Ming pretended not to care and walked to the teacher's side and muttered, I feel so fierce. It's normal. If you are asked to work overtime every day, you will be fierce. The teacher didn't care. During the handover just now, I heard from the staff that the energy in the mine is about to be exhausted recently, and there is no progress in the mining area. The superiors are urging them anxiously. These workers have been working overtime for 2 consecutive months. If they have not made progress this year, I'm afraid we have to look for cooperative units again next year. The teacher curled his lips. I see. Lu Ming suddenly realized. Okay. The teacher came back to his senses and asked a student what he was doing. He immediately waved his hand and said, go and eat quickly. Okay. Lu Ming turned and left. Late at night. The students all went to bed early. Although this lowest dormitory is simple and crude, it seems to have a certain calming effect. It seems that the factory workers also know that they can work more when they are full of sleep. The next day. Early in the morning. The students rushed to the mine excitedly. When they stepped into the mine, they could clearly see that there were strange stones full of impurities embedded in the floor and walls of the mine. This was their target, the energy stone. Integral. These are all points. The students' eyes were red. Of course, it is not easy to dig out the energy stone. You need to use a pickaxe many times to get it out. You must be careful not to damage the energy stone. First use a small pickaxe to sew, and then use a big pickaxe to force. The students recalled yesterday's Introduction to Mining Guide and followed the procedures strictly. After a while, they finally dug out the first piece of energy stone. It's just, the time consumption seems a bit big. It took a full 30 minutes to get out the first energy stone. It must be because I'm not proficient. Well, the more you practice, the faster it will be. The students comforted themselves. However, the day passed quickly, and when the settlement was settled in the evening, their mentality completely collapsed. Because after a tiring and exciting day at work, they were shocked to find that after nearly 10 hours of work, they only had enough to eat. Entertainment? Practice? It doesn't exist.